Hello friends, this is Sam Cheney reporting for WeaponizedNews.com. Today's August 14th, 2016, and here's an update about the Milwaukee race war, civil war riots that went on last night. Headlines out of Drudge: Milwaukee night of shame, police shooting sparks violent protest in Wisconsin. Walker sends in National Guard. Obama enjoys laughs with friends on golf course. Officer who fatally shot suspect is black. Again, whites hunted for beatdowns. New Black Panthers. This is war. Businesses set on fire. Crowd chases reporters. Rich got all the money and ain't tryin' give none. About to steal this cracker's car. So let's get now to the report out of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. In wake of uprising, a day of sadness, reflection. Let's take a look at some of the footage, drone footage here, shot of the destruction by these Black Lives Matter and other black agitator groups. Truly disgusting. Burning down their own neighborhoods. A sad sight to see. O'Reilly Auto Parts burned down. Truly disgusting. Let's get into the story now. This is an update from an earlier report I did this morning. With neighbors sweeping debris from scorched businesses and political and religious leaders urging calm, Milwaukee began to come to terms Sunday with the night of fire and violence. With neighbors sweeping debris from scorched businesses. We already went over that. And this violence was caused by a fatal shooting of a 23-year-old armed suspect by a 24-year-old police officer. Here's where it gets interesting. Milwaukee Police Chief Edward Flynn confirmed that the police officer is African American. So was the suspect, Seville K. Smith. Amazing. So how's this racist police shooting if the officer was black? Well, it's obviously not. And these agitators, Black Lives Matter, foundation funded by George Soros, Open Society, once again, the Tides Foundation, the Ford Foundation, and there's a long list of left-wing foundations funding destabilization programs in the United States right now. It's treasonous, and they need to be called for account for their activities of funding these radical terrorist groups that do nothing but cause riots and mayhem and anarchy. And it obviously wasn't racially motivated shooting, because the officer who did the shooting was black. Oh yeah, and the guy was an armed felon. Completely and utterly ridiculous. These black thugs, Black Lives Matter and other groups, are using this as an excuse to go out and cause violence and beat up white people and loot and rob and destroy. Completely and utterly ridiculous. Let's take a look now at the sequence of events. So at about 3:30 p.m. Saturday, two officers stopped two suspects in a car. The suspects take off on foot. An officer orders Seville Smith, 23 years old, who police say was carrying a loaded semi-automatic handgun, to drop his gun. When he does not, the officer fires, killing Smith. Here's a map of all the area where this happened. Early in the evening, more than 100 people gathered near the scene of the shooting. and at times push against the line of 20 or 30 officers, police officers. At about 8:45 to 9 p.m., officers returned to the scene. This time, many in riot gear. As many as 7 shots can be heard. About 10:15 p.m., a gas station is set on fire. This gas station right here. Later in the evening, fires are started at businesses including a BMO Harris Bank branch, Jet Beauty Supply, O'Reilly Auto Parts, MJM Liquor, and a second liquor store. And you can see all these places that were burned down on this map right here. Around midnight, Mayor Tom Burnett speaks at a news conference at the District 3 police station. At 2:20 a.m. Sunday morning, police tweet that they are restoring order to the area and reducing deployments. Let's take a look now at some of the photos in this article. 60 photos. Calm restored at scene of unrest. Black Lives Matter. Respect and love. That's why you go out and do violence and create chaos and burn down people's private property and go after white people because a black police officer shot an armed black felon. Complete and utter insanity. Once again, funded by left-wing radical globalist foundations to undermine America, to cause division, balkanization, divide and conquer. Instead of pointing the finger, oh yeah, these guys are Sikhs right here. They're not white, but you burn their business down. That's really getting the white man, isn't it? Photos from the scene. And then, of course, the good black people in the community are left cleaning up. There's Walker. I don't think much of him, but at least he's trying to restore order. Police are cleaning up. And, of course, this is all in a black neighborhood. Destruction. Auto parts store burned. There's the armed felon that was shot by a black police officer. It's very tragic. I wish this could never happen, but it did, and the reaction is complete insanity, anarchy, and lawlessness that cannot be accepted because these people are following a program of destabilization given to them by the foundations funded by the globalists. True insanity. Exclusive new Black Panther leader on Milwaukee. This is war. Responding to the latest violent incidents in Milwaukee over the weekend, Babu Amawel, the so-called National Minister of Defense for the People's New Black Panther Party, declared it is a war. Yes, it is. It's a war against black people because we're the ones being murdered. Well, if a white man would have pulled out a gun on the police, he would have been murdered too. And any other race. It's complete and utter ridiculousness. The new Black Panther Party are paid provocateurs by these same foundations that fund Black Lives Matter. And instead of pointing the finger back at President Obama, the central banking cartel, and the same foundations that are funding them are the ones undermining black communities and our economy, they point the finger at the white man. Pushing for a race war and destabilization in this country. And so where's President Obama? No call by Obama for peace after Milwaukee anti-police riot. Press fails to question golfing Obama about riot. The vacationing president, Barack Obama, has issued no statement on the riot in Milwaukee Saturday night over the fatal police shooting of an armed black criminal. Not even a call for peace while the shooting is investigated. The rioting left 4 officers wounded and caused Governor Scott Walker to activate the National Guard in case of further rioting. Instead, Obama went golfing Sunday at Martha's Vineyard, where he is still taking his annual 2-week summer vacation. The traveling White House issued a statement that Obama had been briefed on the riot by senior advisor Valerie Jarrett, who was in contact with officials in Milwaukee on behalf of the president, but no statement calling for peace was included in the White House announcement because they're part of the radical left-wing destabilization program going on in this country. Disgusting criminal scum. From the top, Obama, all the way down. His puppet master, George Soros, and the rest of the foundations pulling his strings. Truly disgusting. The media was given a vantage point to film Obama at one point on the course. So he's out there having a fun golf game. Well, a U.S. city, part of it, is burned to the ground. Truly disgusting. And joking around with his friends. So there you have it. There you have it. It was a black police officer that shot a black criminal with a gun. What else would you expect? Once again, left-wing foundations are funding Black Lives Matter, the new Black Panthers Party, and other radical groups as a form of balkanization, divide and conquer, destabilization to start a race war, civil war in this country. Do not buy into this garbage. Do your own research. Subscribe to this channel, speak out, and take action.